you doing?
Hi, thank you for joining us at the Nocturnal. How's everything?
Everything's Gucci. Everything's Gucci.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling real good. I went to the gym, just worked out, and got something to eat.
Where are you
Everything right
right
here.
now? Are you in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York right now.
That's nice. That's cool. Well, we're so happy to have you. So thank you for
Thank you
joining
so
us
much.
today. So let's
Thank you
jump
for
right
having
in.
me.
Of course. So for some people who might not know you, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who's Cali G season? Like, what's up?
Well, it's a lot going on, so I'm gonna try to keep it simple though. But Cali G season is a person that, of course, is a musical artist and also influencer and designer as well and stuff. So like I do a lot of styling and I do a lot of gigs with a lot of fashion companies and stuff like that. And as far as revamping brands and a lot, like creative directing a lot. But with that some of that influence comes with the music as well. So like I like putting two together and mixing different words together and stuff.
So it's incredible to know that you're skilled in so many different areas. Would you say having your hands in fashion, modeling, and creative directing had a strong impact on the artist you became today?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Especially because it brings a lot of confidence when you're working in these industries. So like with that being said, as I'm in these industries, I'm also building my confidence to do other things and not be afraid to like literally be myself and like speak up on what I need to speak up on. You know what I mean? If I want something, it's easier for me to grab now that I'm like in different industries and different meetings and offices and stuff like that. So it plays a big impact for sure.
Okay. Sometimes a tragic event in our life pushes us to go hard and accomplish something very important. I know you lost your mom at a very young age. What did you do to
Right.
like stay on track and not lose hope and just be who you are today?
Yeah, that was tough. I mean, of course it was. I mean, anybody losing their mom would be tough. Um, it literally pushed me further because for the simple fact that the same day she passed was like the same day I had my first performance, and she was always telling me to do music stuff. So like it was very emotional, but at the same time, I felt like the last time I seen that, I felt like she gave me this look to make sure that I don't falter or like get stagnant or anything like that. Even though the grieving stage is pretty tough, but other than that, like it pushed me a lot because I got a lot of siblings and a lot of family as well. So like I gotta be an example for them and I gotta hold them down and let them know that it's still more to do and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're pretty much really trying to break generational curses. So like with that being said, that gave a bigger push because she's no longer here to like babysit or like, like help you out and shit like that if you need anybody and shit like that. But you build that with more people, but you know what I mean.
Of course. In the 21st century, social media has taken over our life, and it's hard to see something and not try to like copy someone. And it's just a really difficult thing in this time. I feel like who you are, your style is different. The person who you are is unlike anyone else. You separate yourself amongst everyone. So like, what did you do to like become your own person and differentiate yourself amongst the crowd when a lot of people are really trying to fit in?
I mean, it's not in my DNA to like copy and like want to fit in. I'm inspired by a lot of things, of course, you know what I'm saying? But just growing up in general, like I would always like wear what I wanted to wear. If I thought it was cool, I would wear it. During grammar school, people would be like, nah, fuck that, that shit is weak. And then during high school, people would be jumping on that same wave. So like creating a trend itself is just like you being willing to put your foot down and keep doing what you're doing to the point where other people see it, they're gonna wanna jump on regardless. Put it like this, like in general, people, whatever people see is what people do. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the reason why there aren't a lot of trendsetters is because they get down on themselves when they decide to do something they want to do it and they realize the first person they see it don't like it or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's more so like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do regardless. And then when I bring that energy out, it's also a protective force around me and shit like that. Like people are not gonna come up to me and tell me what they don't like. I mean, I will allow it because I always want feedback and stuff like that if I ask someone. But at the same time, I give this energy off where I own whatever I do. So it's not really hard for me to do so. How I got that way, I don't know. I guess it has to do with sports a little bit too. So I guess for the confidence from sports, because I played college football and all that stuff too. So I guess that's where the confidence comes with that. But other than that, I feel like I've been a competitor my whole life. So I tend to think outside of what everyone is thinking already and stuff. So
That's what's
I
up.
guess that sum it up.
Let's talk about your latest album, No Longer Available. How did this project come together? You spoke about this album having a dark and happy moments. Would you record like different tracks depending on your mood to create this effect? Like, how did that come
Oh,
about?
absolutely. Absolutely. So the whole thing about No Longer Available, the album, like the name itself is to literally be no longer available for anything that emotionally stress you or like, you know, depression, suicide thoughts, or like anything that's like holding you back. It's to take that step to go through these emotions and talk about them. Almost like therapy. You know what I'm saying? So like with therapy, in order for you to get through with anything, you have to talk about it and like literally go through those emotions. So with that being said, the album was full of emotions because I went on a whole year hiatus, you know what I'm saying, without dropping anything. You know what I'm saying? So like just to get my sound perfected. And then there was a point in time where I had all the right people around me. And then I had all the money that I needed. So it's like, you know how people are, like sometimes like people don't want to do things because of the money would like hold them back or something like that. So in that case, I had enough money to book a studio out every day type shit. So like the whole group was, everybody that's on that project is literally all my homies, all my homeboys and stuff like that, from producers straight to artists and stuff like that. So, and it also got them out of trouble and kept them situated and focused. My mission statement is to influence the world to do what they want to do. So, and if I have the source or power to do that, I'm gonna do that. But yeah, like a lot of emotions came, like, you know, all the shit that you go through, life situations and stuff, man, everybody like getting up together to talk about it and stuff. We got to put that out in music form. So that's where all that came from. Like it really came from us just going through our experiences and putting it on paper, but also not worrying about things that's stopping us from doing so. Having fun with it as well, you know.
Actually leads me into another question I have. How important would you say it is to have a solid team behind you? I feel like when people, you know, artists, they really think that it's just them instead of knowing that it's a whole support system around them that really pushes them to keep going. So like, how important is your team?
Oh, it's very important. I mean, I feel like in general, you can't do anything by yourself. I mean, you can if you was brought up like that. If you was born into it type shit, like you probably can. But as far as like majority of the world, like especially when you're doing business and anything, like you can't really do anything by yourself. You always need somebody to depend on to do something. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to be really serious into it. And like it's like I said, it's very important. Like you really can't do anything without a team, especially if you want to get to that next level of like real seriousness and all that stuff. Like it's impossible to do anything without a team. You need a manager, you know what I mean? You need a PR, you need producers, you just need a connection with everybody and so y'all can utilize each other for each other's sources to make the bigger, you know, mission complete. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important.
Um, what track on the album was your favorite and why? And did you have any difficulties creating any tracks?
Nah. I mean, the beginning of the album was hard to do because I had to get out my own head. You know what I'm saying? To do what I envision and stuff like that. And sometimes when you don't have enough practice into it, you're gonna get in your head. So like I guess the hardest thing about creating the tracks was literally just me getting confident enough to be who I am on a regular basis in this booth. You know what I'm saying? So, but my favorite track on the album, man, I gotta say The Hill because like, you know, it's from where I'm from and stuff like that, The Hill, Jersey City, New Jersey and shit. But then I'm talking about a lot of stuff that we go through in a subtle and chill way that's also fun to like listen to. But I don't think anything was really hard because it's literally like once I got into it, it started to be a very, very fun. Like I made the hill in like 20 minutes and that was my single leading into the album. You know what I'm saying? Like at the last 20 minutes of the session, just for me, just literally just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna just do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, it's a lot of tracks on here that got a lot of attention throughout the first month and some change of this whole process. So it's like, it's very hard to really pick. But I'm gonna say The Hill and I'm gonna say Brand New because Brand New is cool for me. Like, I mean, like, it's just a different vibe. It's matchup, you know what I mean?
Let's see, well, you didn't tell me if you had any difficulties creating anything.
I mean, the only difficulty I had creating anything was just me getting comfortable enough to do a certain sound because if you listen to the album, it's like so many different sounds. So it's like, but I also felt like I can do it. But once you get in the booth, you gotta like literally get out your head and literally project your voice in certain ways just so it can sound a certain type of way. So like that was the hardest thing doing it, like literally getting in my bag and not thinking about anything and like literally projecting my voice a certain way or pitching it a certain way so I can actually reach the sound that I'm trying to produce, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, that's the hardest thing. That was literally the hardest thing. That's the only difficulty I really had. But yeah, after that, it was like, yeah, it was gaming, you know what I mean?
Do you freestyle or are you writing your lyrics?
I write a lot, but if I'm in the right mood, you know what I'm saying? And then we're not thinking about time or anything like that. Cause like most of the time I go to the studio, this is why I say like, I don't have too much difficulty unless it's like just with my voice, pitching my voice a certain way. Before I even go to the studio, I like to have a lot of things written already. Okay. Like a lot of songs already structured and everything, you know what I'm saying? So when I get in there, I can knock songs out and then I can focus on the mixing process entirely, you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing with that. But yeah, like I freestyle when I'm in a good mood. Okay. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling wavy enough and I ain't thinking about shit, but just doing what I'm doing and stuff like that, then I could do anything. But like, you know, everybody has that like mental block sometimes, but most of the time, when I don't have that mental block, I'm definitely gonna freestyle. But I read the structure of a song because I love structure and everything. That was my biggest thing about this album, like straight structure. And like everything had like, and there was some unorthodox feelings on there too. Like, but I like, compared to my other albums, it's a big growth. Okay. And the biggest thing was just keeping it detailed, structured, and like felt, you know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing with this.
If you had the opportunity to only have one feature with one person on your next album, who would it be?
Very tough. I gotta say my boy Vaughn. I gotta say my boy Vaughn. My boy Vaughn, he's talented as hell. He's young and he's like, he got a whole bunch of growth ahead of him and stuff like that. So like he's only gonna get greater and greater. Everybody else on the album, the same thing too, but it's that, I don't know, I feel like he has a sound that you can't get away from. You know what I'm saying? So definitely my boy Lord Vaughn.
You worked with Sprayground, Fubu, Urban Outfitters, Yeezys, and a couple other people. Talk to me about these experiences. Like, what was your favorite moment?
Shit, I think my favorite moment probably was, definitely was working with Sprayground when I went to Hawaii. Cause they took me to Hawaii for my first time, and also like they also helped me do my first tour, which was like really just branding for real. But from like Toronto down to Miami, 7 cities down. And it was like collaborative with the NBA. So we got to be in like stadiums and shit by ourselves and shit like that. And it was just me and my boy and our cameraman, and it was all paid for, and it was lovely, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that had to be definitely one of my best times because like, it's so much traveling, but it's so much experiences that you didn't think you was gonna be able to get at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the time I was in, you know what I mean? I was in a super grieving stage. So like, this was like everything to open up my eyes to let me know that like it's so much more to do and there's so much other places to go and there's so many connections and sources to make. So yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? Like, what are you hoping to do? Because I know you said you don't want to do just one thing. You want to do a little bit of everything. So what does the next 10 years look like for Calis?
Yeah. I think well, I know for sure that I'm gonna have my own record label for sure. I know for sure that I'm gonna have a showroom for sure, like, you know what I mean? And my brand is definitely gonna have a storefront and everything like that too, as far as like no longer available, because the album is no longer available, but I have a brand that's also launching soon this fall called No Longer Available worldwide. So yeah, so it's gonna be a big movement. I see the next 10 years I'm being like, you know, the leader of the free world, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm literally just influencing and motivating people to do the right thing and also like get on their shit, you know what I mean? Like don't hesitate, you know what I mean? Be yourself at all times and speak about it, you know? It's good to be humble, but like, you know, the definition is humble is like also having a low like self-esteem or like significance of oneself. So like I want people to be more loud, you know what I'm saying? Be more like, if you can do something, say it and put your effort into it and go into it. Like we've been humble for like a while, and it's always humble moments, but that shouldn't be your being. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I wanna pretty much influence the world. And by doing so, I gotta be consistent. So in the next 10 years, keep doing this. I'm definitely gonna be exactly where I need to be, even though I'm already there, but I'm just getting to the next level of it. You know what I'm saying?
What did you grow up listening to? Like who was your inspiration for this
Sure.
sound that you have? Because I wouldn't really say that you have a distinct, like you're like a one sound. Like I feel like your voice is like it could do a little bit of everything. So like who influenced you to have this sort of voice, if anyone did?
That's a great question, because literally like with my music, I wanna literally fuse timelines, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like different sounds from different eras, but at the same time uh make it coordinate with this era in a sense, right? So I listen to Kendrick, Jay, Kanye, Travis Scott, ASAP Rocky. I listen to a lot of people, Playboy Cardi. I'm a fan of music. Like, and then going back like Andre 3000, Busta Rhymes, and like Outkast in general, you know, Naughty by Nature, the Fugees, like, so I get a lot of inspiration from me growing up, listening to all this stuff, the Locks, like, you know what I mean? It's just so many different realms, you know what I'm saying? So me growing up, listening to this from tapes all the way up to what we have now and stuff with my mom and my pops, and then me listening to my own feel of what I like and everything. It's been a crazy journey, but that's what's literally creating this idea in my head to like literally like make it my own, but still be able to be inspired by certain sounds, like most of these sounds.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
How do you feel about this whole like TikTok era that is popping up with the music? Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel like, damn, I gotta make music that's good for TikTok? Or are you like, no, like I'm still gonna stick to what I make and just still do my own thing?
I believe that everything is a trial. I'm not I ain't country rock just now, right?
No.
All right, yeah. I believe that everything is like a trial and error type thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, we'll see how long it goes. Like, it's always a trend. But TikTok, it's not a bad thing though. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you even if you stay true to yourself, and let's say that you had a community, you are in a community where everybody dances and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you can literally influence them to like, hey, yo, or like, let me give you a little bit of bread, yo, do a little TikTok dance, and that could go viral, and that can actually build the market. It's great marketing. Let's just say that. It's really good for marketing because you don't even have to do a dance. It could just be you saying some shit that connects to everybody.
Yeah.
But your song is playing in the background. And everybody like, yo, what's this song? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I think I really believe it's a good strategic business move. I see a lot of companies, like distributing companies, actually partnering up with TikTok as well. So I'm sure they're gonna be here for a while. I think it's a good thing, but it could get a little corny because then people will start making TikTok songs and like,
Right.
then again, it's like, what is TikTok songs? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is something that like, that's very trendy, but then that's like pretty much everything. Like, you might as well make pop songs or whatever. You know what I mean? It's fine. But like, I don't think you should call it, I don't think it should be a TikTok song, even though I feel like people do make TikTok songs and shit, but they don't be in it for the longevity as well, though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them, well, majority of the ones that I've seen that's like TikTok songs don't really be artists. They just made a TikTok song. Some of them be comedians. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't even like, it's just another way in. And if they're gonna take that route, you can take that route, especially if it works. You know what I mean? Because what works for you ain't gonna work for everybody else. So
Right.
that's the biggest thing with that.
And our last question for you. I know you touched on this briefly when you said that you have your burn coming, but is there any upcoming projects we can look forward to seeing you a part of this year? Or any upcoming things that you're working on that we can look forward to seeing you a part of this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm working on a deluxe version right now as we speak. I'm actually gonna go to the studio right after this. But yeah, I'm working on a deluxe version right now. I'm really just gonna add like 4 bonus tracks and everything, and then like do I don't want to give up too much. Let me just say this: it's gonna be different. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire, and it's gonna be more like a movie. You know what I mean? I also plan on doing like a short film with the songs and everything like that too. So like, I want to make like you ever see my beautiful twisted dark fantasy, like the film of it, like the video of it. So I want to kind of like create a whole like movie based on how I felt as I was making these songs, so everybody can get a bigger picture of it. And then I have like, another, I have a group project, like I'm partnering with one of my friends and shit to make a project together, an EP together and stuff like that. But that's coming like a little bit later. Right now I'm focusing on the deluxe and literally getting the film out, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that for sure.
Definitely. I feel like we just learned so much about you that we didn't know. Like, thank you.
Right. I mean, I'm happy.
Good information.
Right. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the Nocturnal today, and we wish you the best on your journey. And we look forward to it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Sure. Thank you, guys.
Bless.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
All right, look at my boy with this centuries on. I see you.
Take care.
All right, family. I'll catch y'all. I appreciate you too.
No problem. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bless.